Hi, welcome to SBR Videos. I'm Peter Loshak. This is a daily NBA show that we've been doing with Joe Duffy from OffshoreInsiders.com, industry veteran, guy who's been doing this successfully for almost 30 years, well, professionally for almost 30 years, successfully for even more than that. And it's been a pretty successful show. I'm proud to announce that my record in the show, 21-13 against the spread. And Joe Duffy graciously comments on any game that I ask him to discuss. Joe Duffy, thanks for being back with us.
Thank you for having me, St. Peter Loshak.
All right, Joe, let's get right into it. Joe Duffy from OffshoreInsiders.com. It's Monday, March 9th, right? We've got an 8-game card and, some solid leans I'm having. I think there's one that I'm specifically going to take here. But the first one I want to ask you about is, Atlanta, always looking for, spots to play on Atlanta, right? And Sacramento, they're going to have their spots where they're going to be a good bet under George Karl, but they are just 1-5 against spread over their last 6. They rested a bunch of guys in their last game and lost to Philly. Huge bounce back spot here for them, and is 11 points too much? All things considered, probably not, right, Joe?
No, probably not. The Hawks, I'll admit that I did think that they were going to regress to the mean. They went into the All-Star break playing so-so, and then I believe they lost their first game after the All-Star break. But all of a sudden, they showed that they are for real. They did beat Cleveland the other night. It was an obvious letdown the next day against Philadelphia, but I don't think there's any reason to panic over that because it was really just a tough spot. But, yeah, the Kings are without Darren Collison. They're 5-10 without him, including 1-4 the last 5. He's a big part of their offense, averaging 16 points per game. And the Kings have the second worst net rating over the last 15 games at minus 9.2. And again, if someone's listening to this for the first time, a net rating is the offensive compared to defensive points per 100 possessions. So I would have to agree with you. The Hawks would seemingly be a team to go with.
All right, well, the play that I think I'm going to go with here, we'll see if you agree with it or if you disagree with it maybe, is going to be the under in Boston, Miami. Right now, Miami's having all kinds of injury issues on offense. And, Boston can be a high-scoring team. They went slightly over in their last 2 games, but then they went under in their 3 before that. And, Miami's actually kind of impressive. With all their injury issues, they've been playing with a lot of grit, a lot of intensity, and I'm thinking they'll probably continue it here and try to do it more on the defensive end than anything else. Boston on a back-to-back, and again, they can be explosive scoring at times, but in this spot, I'm thinking maybe the under might be the way to go, and it's kind of a healthy total. 200 is one of the widely available numbers, 199.5 or 200. What do you even got under 200 in Boston, Miami? Joe Duffy from OffshoreInsiders.com.
Well, the thing that makes me a little bit nervous about that pick is the odds makers seem to be one step ahead of everyone. That the Celtics, of course, are without Jared Sullinger, but they've gone over Sullinger. That is, they've gone over 7 of 10 without him. And meanwhile, Chris Bosh, as we know, he's very likely out for the year. But yet, Miami has gone over 7 out of 10 minus him. So I guess I'm going to have a little bit of a tough time agreeing with you. Although both teams are clearly minus some offensive weapons, the numbers say that they've been able to adjust and maybe that the odds makers have more than accounted for it.
All right. Good points there, Joe Duffy, as always. All right, let's get to your pick for tonight's card. 8 games, Monday, March 9th.
Turns out it's going to be on the same game, although I'm actually going to go with Boston. As I said that, certainly both teams are without some talent, but it looks like Goran Dragic, he missed the last game. He may miss again tonight for Miami. He averages 16.2 points per game. Another guy is questionable, Luol Deng. Chris Bosh, as we know, is already out. And Boston's really developing into what I like to say, I've used this term for years, but a dichotomous straight-up and ATS team. Although they're very poor on the road at 10-20 straight up, they're actually 18-11 their last 29 road games against the spread. So what that says is, look, the odds makers know the public doesn't like to bet on bad teams on the road, but Boston, they're not winning games, but they are covering on the road. So Boston is my free pick.
Okay, Joe Duffy's free pick for Monday, March 9th. Boston +3 is one of the widely available numbers right now, and I'll go with it. I'll go with the under in that game as well. 200 right now is the market-wide line. Thanks so much, Joe Duffy. Talk to you tomorrow.